Yo, what's up, Modern Warships fam? I'm gonna do a review of the Deal of Shadow. This is kind of a new thing for me. I got into the content creator program uh, for my streaming efforts on Twitch. Was already well established there, had a good following. Didn't have a YouTube until I started with the content creator program, which I started back in February. And up to date, I've only done live streams. I haven't really done too many reviews. So I'm going to try to get, things rolling with doing the reviews. I'm sure I'll learn some things on the way and improve the quality of them. Just something that I haven't done to this point and something I'm really I feel like I'm personally slacking on. So I want to get in and do that. Um, Deal of the Shadow is one of the gacha events that they have where you can use some art coin or you can buy chips to get items in the game. Um, Decent items. We have the Richilio, the IT Frim Evo, and the what was the it was the Vanguard. Here it is. I did the 1100 because I didn't have um, the drone and I didn't have the this camo and things like that. So I already had all the other ships. As you can see with 1100 spins, I didn't get the Richilio, even though I already have it. And I'm not crazy about the compensation for it when it's items I already have. I already had the Evo and I already had the Vanguard as well. So I ended up getting gold. So I'm not real crazy about that aspect of it. The value for me. I mean, obviously I spent the money, so but I would prefer, do some sort of, algorithm that will present you items that you don't have. I already have multiple of these, so I didn't care. I already have, I don't even use the Typhoons, I have multiple of those. Um, I did have some, I have 4 or 5 of those, so cool to get a couple more, but not really necessary with the way I manage my gear now. I put everything to level 1 and, so I only need a couple, 2 or 3 at the most of any item. So getting the additional items really didn't make wasn't really a big deal for me. Um, I personally, I wouldn't recommend spending art coin on this because I think your spin results are kind of low. But that's, obviously your call. If you have an abundance of art coin from winning tournaments or whatever, then maybe that's a good option for you. Um, they did do the leaderboard. So they have the cyborg camo that they put up on the leaderboard. I just bought the cyborg camo. It was my favorite leaderboard camo. When I picked up the arsenal not too long ago, and it had that camo on it. And it was my favorite leaderboard camo. I guess aside from Regalia, which I don't have, but not sure how crazy I'm about having it diluted a bit more. I mean, that said, I am going to try to pick up one more since I'm already that close. If the leaderboard doesn't go too crazy, I'll drop a little bit more and try to get in the top 30 to get that camo again. Um, I mean, I've already spent that much, so why not? Titles, if you know me, I really don't like the titles. I like the days of the game when they didn't have all of those. So for those, it's whatever. Some people like them. I'm not personally crazy about them. Of course, you're never going to get the number 1 spot because that's, solely for this guy or this team of guys that does this. So whatever. I know they are basically keeping the game going. So be that what it is. So um, overall, I think these are generally pretty good value. If you don't have these ships, this is one of the least expensive ways to get them. Um, I think you can spend probably around $60 and get everything. So, generally speaking, your mileage may vary. Obviously, I never did get this after 1100, so take that with a grain of salt. So there you go. Overall, like I said, I really wish they would uh, give you other options that you don't already have. Maybe even necessarily some bundle. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have almost all the gacha ships, and something I'd like the option to sell those, or hell, even gift them or something, because there's ones that I have that that I really don't use. Some of them are great, but there are some that I just don't use, take up space in my fleet, and I can't do anything with them. So I would love to see at some point in the future an option to exchange those for something, But overall, if you're looking to get certain items, these mini gachas are a great way to do it, on a more cost-effective basis than the typical event. That's all I got. Appreciate it. If you have any ideas for other videos and things, please let me know, and I'll be working on these and trying to improve the format and things like that. Appreciate all the support. Thanks, guys.